I'm John from BD, and today we are ripping down a 3S GTE out of the Celica GT4, so let's just do it. So yeah, it's engine time. It's pretty exciting. Well, I say it's engine time. Oh, start that again. Oh, got something in my eye. Anyway, yeah, so the engine's getting stripped as we speak. I'm a bit excited. I don't want to really get in the way. He is my good friend and stuff, but he seems to be in a rhythm and he seems to be just cracking on with it. So what I've done is, so not to impede on him, I've just set the GoPro up on a bit of a time lapse. There's loads of videos on the internet about taking these engines apart, taking any engine apart really. So he's going to take it all apart, strip everything down, and then he's going to measure everything and then give me the news tomorrow of what I need. But to be honest, it's going to need quite a bit. I'm probably going to go forged pistons and rods, metal head gasket, ARP bolts. The turbo's got a bit of play in it, unfortunately. You know, he's talking about, he's quite keen on changing the inlet manifold. I know the Caldina ones are a bit difficult to get, so he's talking about making his own, which is, well, it is what it is. And then you start wondering whether you need to go, you know, injectors, turbo, ECU. It's a lot of money for quite, well, a modest horsepower hike, to be honest, because I want the car to be drivable. I don't really think I need more than 300 horsepower. So we'll take it all apart and then we'll come back tomorrow and we'll have a look and see how bad it is. So there's going to be a bit of voiceover on this video because Smooth FM was playing in the background and we don't want to get done for any kind of copyright. So here's the engine with all its auxiliaries on, or the engine wiring loom, obviously the turbo, the manifold, inlet manifold, lower covers, even some of the power steering pipes. The sump has been leaking, and over time I think the rocker cover's been leaking as well, but it has been repaired since then. It's pretty crusty. It looks quite a simple engine to work on once you've stripped everything off, to be honest. Yeah, the inlet manifold, we're going to have a look at that and decide what we're going to do. And yeah, it just looks a bit of a spaghetti mess, doesn't it? And the gearbox, well, that's crusty as anything. I don't know whether it's been leaking at some point, but it's absolutely covered in crud. There's no point rebuilding the box because you can't get many bits for it anymore, but it may need to be resealed. So we'll give that a clean up and we'll have a look at it at a later date. And the clutch was just completely ruined as well. So yeah. And there's a clutch. Yeah, pretty worn, rattly old springs, plate had some hot spots on it. Yeah, so we're not sure with the power levels what clutch we're going to go to. I don't want to be spending £500-600. So we will have a look at that in a bit. Oh, is it coming out on? Hey. We're going to reuse the oil. And as we're taking bits off, we're just putting them all in plastic containers so they're nice and safe. That's part of the intake butterflies, and here's a wiring harness which is going to have to be completely stripped, cleaned, retaped when necessary. And there we go. All the ancillaries stripped off the engine. It looks nice and compact. A few little bits and bobs left to take off there, but yeah, it's looking pretty clean, to be honest. I'm quite impressed. I think the head's been off. Well, I know the head's been off before. It'll be interesting to get in there and see what kind of job they've done. It has got a new water pump on it, so fingers crossed. Well, once we got the rocker cover off, it was pretty obvious that the work had been done on the head, but let's say there was a few irregularities under there. Some of the prep work wasn't great. Someone's not done a great job of sorting one of the bolts out, one of the cylinder head bolts. And yeah, we're giving it all a clean, but it's not looking too good.
After all, your windows are the largest gaps in the building. Reduce escaping heat by replacing the old glass or upgrading to energy-saving glass from Cloudy to Clear. Search cloudydtoclearwindows.co.uk.
Lovely. So the sum come off very easily, too easily actually, and the cylinder head bolts were tightened up to only about 20 foot-pound, so that wasn't great.
Oh, bearings, bearings.
Oh.
Oh, and the gold.
So on first impressions, it looked like there was bits of bearing in the oil pickup, but it turns out it was aluminium of some kind. We don't know where it's come from. Bit of a mystery really. It could be from anywhere. We don't know who's sorted out this engine. We don't know what's gone on in the past. The main thing now is going to be to just check everything and see if that's done any further damage within the engine, within the bores. Give it a clean. There's a lot of bits of silicone in there. Someone's gone a bit happy with the silicone sealant. But yeah, we'll just have to see where this goes, where this leads, and hopefully it's all repairable. And then I go to make a coffee for us both, come back and he's already whipped the pistons out. So there's no footage, unfortunately, of him doing that. There's just a big mess in the tray. Now that's an impact.
It's very good.
Yes.
Very good. Perfect.
Perfect. I've never heard you say that word before.
That is very good. Happy days, John.
Bit of good luck. And then just like that, we have the last piece of the puzzle, the crank. It was rotating very freely, very smoothly. The bearings look very good on it. Everything was standard down in the bottom end, which is excellent. Basically, anything that hadn't been touched in the engine was top notch. Toyota engineering. And there we go. Let's go through it. So here we go. All the engine bits are out. And there's the head. And we've got a lot of sourcing, a lot of cleaning, a lot of zinking, a lot of parts to order. And yeah, well, crank's good. Oil pump isn't. Block needs boring. So we're going to have to go 1/2 mil oversize. That means we're going to have to get new pistons, get forged pistons. I think we're going to stick with the same rods. Obviously metal head gasket, so that's going to have to be skimmed, decks, whatever you want to call it. New clutch. Head's got to be skimmed. Maybe a bit of work on there. I've got a water pump even though that one's pretty new. New head bolts, new bearings. Pulley's a bit battered but should be okay. Boom, shake the room. Oh, I've got a light and flywheel as well. Not too light, it's just been balanced. Excellent. I didn't know you were doing it. Sweet. Dirty bastard. Look at that.
Right, I'm leaving you two chaps. Gonna go and see what's wrong with my sister's car. Put some oil in it.
squeaky clean. Very cool. Wow. So we have the gearbox all cleaned, jet wash, power washed, and we've got an old Porsche we're doing, and the block. A few little bits more to do, but that's looking good. And where's the pistons and stuff? They're my ones, aren't they? Pistons are all nice and clean, and the crank is all nice and clean. No point cleaning that because that's getting replaced. What? Yeah, just a pre-wash. Obviously that's getting replaced, like I spoke about before. Head's obviously going to be sorted, stripped because it's getting skimmed. Oh, let's change this out. There we go. We've got engine stuff everywhere. We've got Porsche cylinder heads. We've got my turbo, Porsche pistons, all the bolts. Very good. Right, let's crack on. Oh, hang on, sump. Ooh, silicon sealer. Gag. And look what we found in the head, just knocking about loosely. It'd been in there for a while, jammed in one of the lobes. Unbelievable. So on closer inspection after the block was all dried, after it had been cleaned, it shows substantial damage, unfortunately, in all 4 cylinders. I spoke to someone who knows the car very well, and he seems to think in the past it blew a turbo. So whether it's thrown shards of ceramic crap and whatever through the engine, who knows. It's whether it's able to be bored as well, because I don't want to go to 87mm. 86.5 is my limit, so we'll have to leave it there for today. Next episode we're going to start ordering some parts, so take it easy guys. I'll see you later. Bye.